Alright. I'm going to take a brief break from the Green Lantern stuff here, and I'm going to do this video response. What? Sorry, thought I had to belch there for a second. But I've been sitting moping around most of the day, thinking about what you had said, Zip. And I have not got the chance to see the GameManic's video, but I can imagine in his usual fleric style that he said some stuff that's very truthful. And truth be told, I've actually been thinking about this myself. Our whole generation going down the tube. See, I don't even consider this our generation. This isn't our generation anymore. This is the generation of what I call dumbasses. It's the generation of dumbasses. People that... Sorry, I had a little bit of like that ranch Dorito stuff. And like a couple of ranch Fritos. Forget it. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not enthusiastic because really talking about how sad our generation has become, even I'll admit that I'm guilty of it. I sit on my ass and I watch Xbox, Netflix, everything else, and oftentimes I bitch about how I really don't want to have to go to work, but you know what? It's funny. I bitch about work when I'm at home, but then when I'm at work, I'm glad to be at work. It's a weird concept. After everything I went through in high school, I would rather take online college courses. And that's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions. Or at least one of my goals towards the end of this year. Is that I want to enroll in some online college courses. Go for my general studies degree. Build it up from there. Because you know what? I think it's about time that I started busting my ass and see if I can't get somewhere. But what I also am really sad about, Zip, is the fact that, yeah, this is our generation, and I think about it all the time. I look at kids, and this is just from my perspective. I was sitting there talking with a coworker about this 2 days ago. Maybe even yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I don't even know. I've been in La La Land most of this day, to be honest. But I just sat here on my bed and I stared up at this ceiling. And all I thought about was what was being said in that video. And it got me to thinking that I am probably, at least in my own opinion, a prime example of where this generation's heading. 23 years old, still live with my stepmother, not my stepmother, but my mother, I meant to say, and my stepfather. 23 years old, still live with my family, my parents. I pay little to almost no bills. I sit on my ass most of the day and play video games or do little to almost no housework. And yet, I don't care, because it's like, you know, even if I put, in my mind, if I put forth the effort, what am I going to benefit out of it? Now, the difference between me and some of these other, you know, knuckleheads in this generation is that I realize that me fucking up right now is going to come back to bite me in the ass. And all the mistakes that I've made, I'm starting to pay for them now as a man. Some days I'm good. I feel like I'm accomplishing something. And other days, like today, I just say fuck it. Why even bother? That's why I haven't been doing as many YouTube videos as I usually do. Not just because, you know, I'm starting to get to a point where I'm starting to find a balance of waiting a few days for you guys. You know, I'm talking more to, in general, to my subscribers. But I think just overall, I feel that there is nothing good, or very few good things. I mean, there is a lot of, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of positivity in my life right now. I'm feeling very upbeat. I've had a good last couple of weeks, but in thinking overall as a whole, what I'm contributing to try to make the world better, so to speak, is not good. And I think back to Comic Book Fan 1234. I will never forget that guy, because at first I thought he was an asshole because he just left because he couldn't balance out his life, and then I realized it wasn't worth it for him. And it got me to thinking, okay, now it's not worth it overall. Basically what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the stuff that we do nowadays, it takes too much time and effort. Now, I admit to being lazy. I'll admit I am one of the laziest people that you will ever meet. I could have accomplished my dreams. I could be going places right now. Hell, I could probably be a comic book writer. I could do any of this stuff. I could be making movies. I could be doing this, that. But I'm too lazy. I have little to almost no motivation. I got all these ideas. I got this great intelligence, this great brain, and yet I got no motivation. I have no willpower and wanting to struggle. I'm the kind of person that I want the easy way out. That's why I bitch so much about my YouTube channel. Or why I did, actually, because... And I did those rant videos and I keep them up because I lost my damn mind. Because I wanted to be just as great, Zip, if not greater than you, Mount Vernon Kid, and everyone. I've always had a problem with wanting to be popular, wanting to be well known, and wanting to be shot into the limelight. And when I see people like Rebecca Black, for example, get shot up into stardom, everybody notices them, everybody, you know, is riding their jock, so to speak, that irks me, because it's like, why can't I get that opportunity? And then it dawned on me, what am I contributing? That is the question. And then I thought, you know, there's a lot of people in this world that are like me, people that have Asperger's, people that have autism, people that feel different and isolated from society. And so I've started to ponder on public speaking. I doubt that it'll go anywhere, but it's one actually true hobby that I want to stick with, aside from writing down comic book ideas and giving my own little tweaks and whatnot. I mean, I got tons of fanfics that are backed up that I will never ever write. Even my Dead Man animated short, I still have the basic cliff notes, but I'm never going to write the short itself. But then I started to think, you know, keeping a journal entry of my ideas, even if they won't bear fruit, the fact that they're still there, I'm starting to learn. That's the little things like that that make me happy. As long as I have the idea written down in the cliff notes that I can use, maybe one day in the future I'll be motivated enough to fully write it out, maybe not. But I'm slowly starting to learn in this life, and I think people in this generation have not learned it yet, is that you got to be happy for the little things that you have. Doing Netflix night with Nico Kid, Sable, Shade, and all the other guys on Xbox, sitting here doing YouTube videos, talking with F.W. Waller, talking comic books and everything, talking comic books with him, you, DBZ, Mount Vernon Kid. I'm slowly starting to learn to appreciate at least those little things in my life. Because the big things are always going to be big, but it's the little things that people take for granted that are going to end up becoming the much bigger things and overshadow the bigger things. I really don't know how to really phrase that correctly. But what's my opinion on the degeneration of this generation? I've said it before, we're evolving back to Neanderthal times. And I gotta be honest, some of these kids that walk around today... Sorry, got cut off from the last video, but... You know, it seems that whenever I see these kids talk back to their parents, or kids that basically nowadays get away with murder and beyond, it kind of bothers me. I mean, I could go down the list, but it would take 50,000 videos. And honestly, as I stated in my comment, Zip, if you ever do this discussion, please include me, because I got some shit that I got to say about this. Well, actually, I'm saying it right now, but you get what I mean. It's just, the world is crazy. The world is crazy. It's getting crazier. I mean, we got moms bashing their babies' heads in over Farmville on Facebook, and got dads pouring gasoline down their kids' throats and then setting them on fire from the inside out. Got all kinds of really stupid stuff happening in this world and beyond. But that, I guess, is my quote-unquote is my off-the-cuff thoughts, or my ramble, if you will, on the degeneration of our generation and kind of where I fit in, or at least I feel I do. But to kind of end this on a semi-happy note, I have the pictures, guys. I am going to get started on filming, but next up is Tomari. Then after that, I shall be talking about Abin Sur, the man Hal Jordan was destined to meet, who gave him the power ring. So, look forward to those two videos. And then after that, I might do one more Green Lantern, but I definitely will finish. I will at least spoil this much. I will finish this series off by talking about the Guardians of the Universe. I feel that that'll be a great finale, so look forward to all those in the future, or at least in the next couple of days. Whatever, you get my point. Talk about the shit hitting the fan, literally.